just you, Champ, and me. Hi, this is Richard Rossi, and I want to share a video essay with you about the creative process to encourage you in your own creativity. And I'm going to use the example of Lucy and the Lake Monster, the story of Champ. You see my Champ shirt here, the Lake Champlain Monster. And I have my Papa Jerry hat. I play Papa Jerry, a grandfather who is looking for Champ. And here's plush toy of Champ. Champ lives and lurks in Lake Champlain, which borders Vermont and New York. When the initial idea kind of dropped in my brain, sitting in this very room, about doing a book and film series about a grandfather and his granddaughter looking for Champ, I knew right away that this idea had a lot of power to it on many levels. And I want to entitle my video essay, You Get the Ticket When the Train Comes. You get the ticket when the train comes. Lucy and the Lake Monster, the film version of the book, just won a dozen film festival awards this past month. The book has also won awards. In fact, let's see if you can see this here. This is the Red Letter Award for Best Children's Author, awarded to my co-writer Kelly Tabor and I. And we were just so blown away that we won that award, because we were against, in the nomination process, several other fantastic, successful children's authors, and didn't expect to win. My friend Kelly, who's been a lifelong friend since school days, looked for Champ with her Papa Jerry as a girl, and she's been a successful public school teacher for decades. She's retired now. And something hit me in that, remembering that story of her looking for Champ, that it would be an appealing thing for kids. So where we're at now is polishing the audio on the project, and then we plan to release it on Blu-ray and DVD, and after that comes the streaming of the film. And when the idea of this concept first hit me, it was like a lightning bolt. The idea of it doing a children's book and film series, which is now the hardback version and the paperback version are out there, Amazon and Walmart and Barnes and Noble. And I remembered as a boy that as kids, cryptozoology is quite fascinating. And I saw the Bigfoot footage, the famous, where Bigfoot's walking like that, and the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot footage. And I remember it was just so fascinating as a boy, and I was so curious. And so when this idea dropped in my head of this story, I remembered being a boy, and anything like the Bermuda Triangle or UFOs or Bigfoot was so fascinating. So I saw that the idea had this children's appeal, but also that it had this monster appeal. It had this kind of relationship at the core of it between grandfather, Papa, and Lucy. And I had done 3 feature dramatic films I'd written and directed prior that were not specifically like children's family films. 2 were biopics, one about a baseball player, Roberto Clemente, and then another one I wrote and directed, Sister Amy. The Amy Semple McPherson story was about a female evangelist. And then I'd done a film, Canaan Land, that I'd written and directed about a con man who falls in love with a sincere Christian woman. But now I was a grandfather, and I really want something my granddaughters can enjoy. And so this idea, I just knew it was something special I had to do. So this idea gave me this momentum to manifest the idea through the pre-production, production, and post-production process. And in the pre-production phase, there were the challenges of finding the right child actress who could play my granddaughter. I play the grandfather, Papa Jerry, and this is a Papa Jerry style hat I'm wearing. And we auditioned hundreds of young girls. There were many great ones, and the intuition of myself and my co-writer and my team played a role in narrowing the actresses down to several, and finally selecting Emma Pearson to play little Lucy. And my oh my, I have a special bag here. I just remembered that has so much stuff in here. Maybe I can show you some of it. This is my Lucy bag. Well, here's here's a front page, Champ movie to hold world premiere. There it is manifested. Wow. And you can see, hopefully see, let me just see if my camera is adjusted properly here. I just want to make sure I'm holding this up properly so you can see that. Okay, so here is the front page of the Sun, Champ movie to hold world premiere, and that's me, of course, with playing Papa Jerry, and Emma Pearson walking beside me, who plays Lucy. And then you can see the poster there in the newspaper article, Lucy and the Lake Monster. So what happens when you take these tangible steps in faith is, here you can see it became a tangible idea. I'm just going through my bag here. I've put a lot of things in here. I'm not even sure everything that's in here, but so we selected Lucy, and this was a step of faith on so many levels, because I'd had physical problems, I'd had surgeries, my doctor wasn't too keen on me going to shoot the film. I didn't have the means to house and feed the cast and crew, and we were going to New York by the lake in the peak summer vacation season, which is the most expensive time. And the reason that I wanted to call this video essay on the creative process, you get the ticket when the train comes, is because I believe God is the creator and master artist and gives us these synchronicity, serendipity moments to guide and provide for us. For example, in the story that Kelly Tabor and I wrote, there's a boat called Gramps' Boat, and my character, Papa Jerry, takes his granddaughter Lucy, and they go out to look for Champ in this boat that they also call Old Skiff. We became friends with a wonderful woman named Andrea, who guided us to a cabin that she thought would be good for the cabin in the story. The Papa and Lucy's parents died. She's an orphan, so she lives with her grandfather. They live in this cabin on the lake. So Andrea said, I know of a cabin that some friends of mine, a couple, live there, that might be good. So we went to see the cabin, and as the woman who lived there with her husband heard this story, she got quite emotional, said, wow, I used to go out looking for Champ in this lake when I was a little girl with my grandfather. In fact, let me show you the boat we used. And lo and behold, when I saw the boat there on the side of the boat, it said Gramps' Boat. Oh my God. The exact boat in the story. Can you believe? Talk about being blown away by serendipity and synchronicity. And the woman cried and said, I'm not really a super religious person. She's a friend of ours named Alita. I guess I can give her first name. They want their privacy and don't want gawkers coming to look at the cabin after the films come up, but I can at least give you a first name as Alita. She says, I feel something so spiritual in the way this film's lining up. So when we follow our creativity, things line up. We leap and the net appears. So it's like waiting for a train at a train station, but you don't have a ticket. So how am I going to ride this train? I don't have a ticket. But then right as the train pulls up, suddenly the ticket's placed in your hand, mysteriously, supernaturally. And you have the ticket to get on the train. I didn't have the boat and cabin when I went to New York. But when I went there by faith and followed the intuition of the initial creative spark of the idea, guess what? I got the ticket when the train came. I'm on a train to Lake Champlain. I'm on a train to Lake Champlain. you're going to get your ticket. Don't worry that you don't have all the money in the bank to pay for your creative project, or you don't have all the nuances of the script totally figured out. Don't worry about that. Keep moving forward and take that step of faith, and you're going to get the ticket when the train comes, okay?